All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the few sisters that watch. It's coming back with a quick lesson. Saw this video clip, Salaki, on Instagram. And, basically it's of this Jake that got a daughter and mother pregnant, man, which totally goes against the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's utterly wicked to do that. So we'll just get, just a point in the book of Jeremiah chapter 5. And we're going to drop down to verse 28. Just a point to make. It says, they are waxing fat, they shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. Overpass the deeds of the wicked. Our people have, just totally surpassed the wickedness of the nations, to the point where, they became a spectacle, in a negative sense. But the same thing happened, back in the ancient world, man. The same things happened back in the ancient world. Our people were so rebellious and wicked to the point where the Lord, basically, just brought forth just so much harsh judgment upon them, for being wicked, man. In the sight of the other nations. So let's get this clip and, we'll get a couple scriptures on it, man. Let's see.
So this is something I've never seen before. It's a mother, a daughter, impregnated by the same man. And what are their names?
This is Nicole. Nicole, you want to say hi? She has a hiccup, so your daughter is so beautiful. She's adorable, and we love her so much.
And this is Nick Jr.
Nick Jr.?
Yes. Hi, sweet boy.
Where did you find inspiration for that?
Oh, wow.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, yeah.
He's my junior.
I feel like that's every man's dream, is to name their child
For sure.
their first name
And he's
Junior.
a perfect boy.
Oh, he is such a good boy.
And we wanted to give Nicole some sort of, a name that's kind of tied to Nicholas as well, because at the end of the day, my mom and I both love Nick so much.
Yeah, the babies are also so tied together. They're literally like a month apart,
Yeah.
So we wanted them to have that bond.
So this is something I've never...
So, if you
this is something-
if you look at that, man, that's utterly disgusting, man. You're sleeping with the daughter as well as the mother. And who knows what else kind of freaky business they got going on, man. Because they living in the same house. And, hey, man, they probably doing all kind of abominable acts. The mother probably sleeping with the daughter. And the kids. So their sister and brother as well as aunts. Who knows, man? But that's this society, and that's acceptable. That is acceptable. Anything wicked is acceptable. As to where if you had a lawful relationship with several different women, that's frowned upon. But a mother and a daughter can have the same man, and it's celebrated. And they're proud. That Jake is proud. He act like he really doing something, man. Look at him. He proud. But not knowing that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy him, man. So let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 18. It's laws against this type of, this is a sexual perversion, man. That's off. So let's go to verse 17. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter and her daughter's daughter to uncover their nakedness, for they are her near Salakia. It says, for they are her near kinswomen. It is wickedness. It's wickedness. Let's see what it says in the NLT. It says, do not have sexual relations with both a woman and her daughter, and do not take her granddaughter, whether her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, and have sexual relations with her. They are close relatives, and this would be a wicked act. So that's a wicked act. That's sick, man. If you think about it. But that's why, hey, man, that's why we're praying for the kingdom, man. Even, I think, man, most Jakes in the world would frown upon that. Even though I personally know some Jakes that have did stuff like this. But as far as impregnating them, that's on another level, man. Either way is wickedness, but, it goes further into it. Let's go to chapter 20 and drop down to verse 14. And it says, let's see what verse 15 says. Salaki verse. All right, verse 14. It says, and if a man take a wife and her mother, and that's what we just saw, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And I think Elder Apostle Hall brought this out. Because Genesis bug outs was saying that you couldn't set people on fire. You're going to be on the chariot with people that set people on fire, but this is a part of the law, man. If you sleep with a woman and a mother, everybody got to burn, man. Within. So, this is a law within Israel, man. So that Jake is committing a law, a sin unto death, man. Sleeping with a daughter and a mother. So let's read that again. Matter of fact, let's read it in the NLT. It says, if a man marries both a woman and her mother, he has committed a wicked act. And the man and both women must be burned to death to wipe out such wickedness from among you. So this is a sinful act worthy of death, man. Let's watch that one more time. And we'll get out of here. But everybody smiles and giggles. Everybody, even the interviewer. So let's see this.
I've never seen before. It's a mother, a daughter, impregnated by the same man. And what are their names?
This is Nicole. Nicole, you want to say hi? She has a hiccup, so
Your daughter is so beautiful.
she's adorable, and we love her so much.
And this is Nick Jr.
Nick Jr.?
Yes. Very sweet boy.
Where did you find inspiration for that?
Oh, wow.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, yeah.
He's my junior.
I feel like that's every man's dream, is to name their child
For sure.
their first name
And he's
Junior.
a perfect boy.
Oh, he is such a good boy.
And we wanted to give Nicole some sort of, a name that's kind of tied to Nicholas as well, because at the end of the day, my mom and I both love Nick so much.
Yeah, the babies are also so tied together. They're literally like a month apart,
Yeah.
So we wanted them to have that bond.
So this is something I've
Okay, we saw it. This was not meant to be a long lesson or, really in depth, but it just shows the wickedness of Jake, man, and why 2/3 of our people will have to go, and this Jake is a 2/3, man. He out of here, worthy of death, thus said the Lord. So with that being said, we want to constantly give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom.